Hey you guys, let's talk preschool today. If you're new here, I'm Christina, and in today's video, I want to talk with you guys all about homeschool preschool. Preschool is so fun, right? Preschool age kids are just so full of wonder and curiosity and excited to learn and play. And I just love this age. If you're new here, I have children ages 2, 3, 7, 11, and 14. So I have toddlers through teens in my home, and it is just a beautiful thing. Sometimes, yes, chaotic, but so wonderful to see all of the different stages developing and interacting with one another, and just being able to be here for all of that is just such a blessing. And so as I've been thinking about preschool and what I wanted it to look like for my 3 going on 4-year-old, he'll be 4 in the fall, I really felt like, in thinking about my thoughts about learning, my thoughts about early learning, what I've observed about my son, I really am leaning way less towards specific preschool curriculum and way more heavily in the direction of learning through play. Hands-on learning, being outside, nature study, and just really engaging his senses in his learning. He's very physical. He's definitely a kinesthetic learner, so he wants to touch, he wants to feel, he wants to experience those things. So as far as my plans for him for preschool, I have not chosen a specific preschool curriculum. I am sure that I will be using a variety of resources with him. As I've mentioned in the past, anything that the older kids are doing, he wants to do. So I typically print some kind of version of what they're doing. If they're going to have a printed booklet of something, 9 times out of 10, I print him one, and he just likes to feel like he's included. However, as far as a specific curriculum for him, I don't think I will be doing that, or at the very least, I will not be starting the school year off that way. I'm very much leaning towards watching him, observing him, and seeing and following his readiness and his interest. Does that mean he's not going to learn what he needs to learn for, pre-reading skills and math and all of those things? Not at all. But I am not choosing a curriculum and deciding this is the way we're doing things at this point. If that works for you and how you like to plan and for your child, wonderful. But for me, I know that my son loves lots of sensory play, and so that will be kind of how I introduce a lot of the skills that we're going to focus on for preschool and reinforce skills that we've kind of already worked on. And so what I really want to share with you today are some learning resources that I've just recently gotten for him that are going to kind of be a focus of how we learn. This isn't all we'll be using because we already have a variety of resources, but I wanted to add in some new things that will kind of point us in the direction that we want to focus on for him as he approaches being 4. I'm not in a huge rush with any specific skills for any of my kids. I do not get stressed out. I do not let myself get stressed out about certain benchmarks, and at this age they should know how to read, and at this age they should count to whatever number. I do not worry about that. All kids are different. They have different strengths, different interests, and they will not leave my house not knowing how to read or how to add, right? So I'm not worried about that. But I did want to pull in some fun and educational resources just to kind of add to what we have, and I'm so excited to share them with you. So what I have to share with you today is this big box of goodies from Jack and Link Toys. Now, if you are not familiar with them, they are a family-owned business. They are veteran-owned and operated. They are based out of Pennsylvania. They are so wonderful to work with, so responsive, so helpful, so willing to discuss options and resources that they have and ways to use them. And so I'm just so excited to partner with them today to share with you some of the amazing resources that they have and that we'll be using. And then I'll be continuing to share when we use them and how we use them, probably more over on Instagram in posts and stories and reels and things like that, like I usually do if you're following me over there. And so if you have not checked out Jack and Link Toys, they will be linked in the description box below, along with a discount code that I have for you guys if you want to check out any of their stuff. So I'm just gonna tell you, it was so hard to choose what to get because I pretty much wanted everything. Everything that they make is absolutely beautiful. So let me show you what I did choose. However, I'm pretty positive that this is not all that I'm going to be adding from Jack and Link Toys. This was just what I started out with. So I will keep you posted what things I add to our collection as I add to it. So this first thing, I've been wanting something just like this for a very long time. So when I saw this, I knew I had to have this. It is going to provide so many opportunities for hands-on learning. And this is the wooden tree board. Now, there are so many ways that these can be used. They can be used with sensory rice and beans. They can be used with Play-Doh. They can be used with a mixed variety of sensory resources, stones, leaves, twigs. You could use natural nature finds that you go out and gather with your kids, acorns, and they can be used for so many different topics. And so I definitely plan to use them, of course, when we're studying fall trees in Nature Study Club and in Exploring Nature with Children. When we study leaves, you can use them to study the root system or animals that live and burrow under trees or in trees. You can use them when you're studying birds to show where the birds live. Squirrels, so many different opportunities, forests. There's just so many different ways to use this particular board, and I'm so excited to experiment and have fun with it. And just, I know that my son is going to love this. I know that my 7-year-old is going to want to play with it. I know that my 2-year-old, of course, when she sees her older siblings play with it, she's going to want to. And that's why I was really excited to get super quality resources, because I know that I'll be using them with my youngest daughter, who will be learning right alongside and behind my 3-year-old. So I am pretty choosy about what I choose to bring into my home, because although I wouldn't say that I am like a minimalist in terms of a label, I really do try not to have too much stuff in my house. Too many toys, too many things. It just feels chaotic, and it's always way more to clean up than it's worth. So I'm very selective. This I know I will use for years and years to come. So absolutely beautiful. I mean, just look at this. It's gorgeous. I also thought about how you could flip it over and just use this as like a tray if you're setting things out to learn with them. So really versatile if you get creative. So that I'm really excited about. Next main thing that I got is really cool because I'm kind of stepping a little bit out of my comfort zone and challenging myself to try something new. So I have seen things like this and I've wanted to try them for a very long time. This is the CVCE board. They have the CVC board, which is just the consonant, vowel, consonant. So it would have 3 of the slots and holes. And I went back and forth and decided on this one because this one will grow with us a little bit more. You could always cover this one and use it with just the 3. And there are a variety of ways to use it. You could cover both sides and do 2-letter words. So I felt like this one was really versatile. There are also many ways that you can use this. So you have this little tray where you can stand up words for them that they are going to try to form down below. I want to show you the things that I got to go with it from Jack and Link Toys, and then just share with you some of the ideas I have and that I've seen, and just kind of show you how versatile something like this is and how we will plan to use it. I like the idea of getting something that there are multiple ways to use, because again, multiple ways to use it, which keeps it fresh and interesting and exciting for your kids, but not so many things that you have to have. So this board, I got these little dry erase inserts. So I have to take the protective layer off of these. I don't know if I'm gonna make you guys sit through this. I did want to show you how these are little dry erase inserts. Okay, so these go right in here. They can use a dry erase marker to form the word. So here's the other thing when really thinking about how you can use this tray. They can use it just to select the right letters. So you could put up the word and have them use something like these. So thinking about different skills with the same resource, would be they're not working on the skill of forming the letters, but they are just selecting the letters in the right order and forming the word that way in the tray. So they would put their little letters in the tray to spell out the word that way. And then this little divot is for a marble or a felt ball for them to focus and move it when they're on that particular letter. So if you feel like they don't need to be working on too many skills at once, like they need to just work on which letter goes where, then you could do something like using the wooden letters. These are so beautiful. I'm so excited about these. There's so many different ways to use these too, even outside of the tray, that I'm so excited about. But in terms of using it with the CVCE tray, this is a really simple way for them to just focus on that skill and not focus on forming the letter. So another way to do something like that is you could put Play-Doh in each of these slots and give them letter stamps, and they just stamp the letter in there. That's another way that you can do it, where they're not having to physically form the letter just yet. But when you feel like they're ready to move on from there, you can do things like put salt in each of the trays, and then there's this little wooden stylus and they can form their letters that way. And then the dry erase inserts are another way that they can form the letters. So many uses for just this one board that I'll be able to use for years and years to come with my 2- and 3-year-old as they develop and grow and show readiness for those skills. So I am so excited to start using these. Be on the lookout over on Instagram for the different ways that I use them. Don't forget to check out Jack and Link Toys at the link below, but then also over on Instagram, because they share so many helpful ways to use their resources that inspire me as well. Trust me when I tell you, this just scratches the surface of all that they offer. So be sure to click the link to their website to see all of the many beautiful things that they offer. Thank you so much, Jack and Link Toys, for these beautiful resources. I cannot wait to use them. If you are new here, I would love if you would subscribe, stick around. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I hope to see you soon in one of my next videos, and until next time, stay rooted.